And who is the political heirs in modern Israel to Jabotinsky's people?
Literally, Bibi Binyamin, that's the Hebrew for Benjamin, Bibi Netanyahu. His father, Netanyahu's father, was Vladimir Jabotinsky's secretary. Okay, so in other words, this ain't no secret. You know, he can't say, I didn't know. You know, okay? Let's put it this way. They were so pro-fascist that at least 35 of them actually joined the Mussolini's university student group. In other words, they weren't just pro-fascist, they joined the Italian fascist party. That's how fascist they were. Now,
and all the while, Mussolini is ravaging Ethiopia. And so.
Now, everything was hunky-dory. Here they were marching around, in Mussolini's Naval Academy, etc., until 1936, and then all of a sudden the Spanish Civil War breaks out. Okay, and Mussolini looks at Spain and he realizes, uh-oh. If the workers, the left wing, wins in Spain, that will inspire my workers to try to overthrow me. So they can't win in Spain. But Italy wasn't strong enough by itself to help Franco win the Spanish Civil War. So he had to ally himself with Hitler. Okay? Now, up until that time, Mussolini said, look, I don't want to hear about this guy Hitler. You know, I hear all these guys, they're wannabe fascists. No. Fascism is Italian. Okay? But now he realized he had to ally himself to Hitler. And he realized if you ally yourself to Hitler, you can't have Jews at your Naval Academy. You can't have Jews in the fascist party. So he kicked all the Jews who were in the fascist party out of the party. He kicked the Zionist revisionists out of Civita Vecchia, and he put in discriminatory racial laws in Italy. So at that point, the Zionist revisionists got kicked out of Italy. But then, and Jabotinsky decided, well, okay, that's over. So he went back to supporting the British. But the problem was, or not the problem, but what happened was, so many of his guys had become, of his followers had become ideological fascists that they couldn't accept the fact that Mussolini had broken with them. They blamed it on the Jews. Here's Mussolini, he's being nice to us, etc., etc. And the Jews, those ingrates, they were always going on and ranting about fascism. Okay? So what he did, what happened was that a wing of the Zionist revisionist movement, when World War II broke out, they broke with Jabotinsky. They called themselves, they were called by everybody, the Stern Gang, after their leader, Abraham Stern.
All right, so here we are, World War II is starting. Doesn't sound like these guys have learned their lesson. So where do some of them go even further with this fascism?
What happened was that this guy, Abraham Stern, set up his own organization, a split, that's common in all political groups, and they sent a message, a document, by messenger to a Nazi diplomat in Beirut, which you have to understand, your viewers have to understand. By that point in 1940, the Germans had conquered France, so France was run by a pro-Nazi regime called the Vichy French, okay? And they controlled Lebanon and Syria. So the Nazis had a diplomat in Beirut, okay? So the Stern Gang, which was the British name for them, the Stern Gang sent a messenger with this document to the Nazis, offering to go to war on Hitler's side. They explained.
Wait, say that again?
Okay. The Stern gang sent a message to, a document, hand-delivered the document to a German diplomat in Beirut, offering to go to war on Adolf Hitler's side. In other words,
what year is it?
Well, the first time they did it was in they wrote it in 1940. It was actually delivered in, let's say, January 1941, okay? Then, when they didn't get a response from the Nazis, they said, thank you very much, but they, put it in their pocket, so to speak. They sent another messenger at the end of 1941. So it was delivered twice, okay? After World War II, the document was found by the British in Turkey, in the German embassy in Turkey. In other words, the diplomat who they had given it to in Beirut, he toured the Middle East, and when he got to Turkey, he deposited the document in the German embassy in Turkey.
So let me emphasize this. We're in World War II, in the middle of the actual Holocaust, and this group of Zionists is proposing to fight on the side of Adolf Hitler.
Absolutely.
But summing it up, and we're really at the end of time here, how, in a few words or sentence, how would you categorize the Zionist record with Nazism in that period?
Well,
okay, I'm looking for a word. What the word to sum up this whole period? Would disgraceful be really far off the mark?
I'm trying to think of a worse word than disgraceful. Treason. Treason to the Jews. Betrayal of the Jews.
In New York City, I've been talking to Lenny Brenner about his book, 51 Documents, Zionist Collaboration with the Nazis. We had to cut away a lot of the meat of this interview. There's lots more shocking details, but you can see the whole thing on YouTube. Just go to our website for the links. And also a link to the Edwin Black article in the Jerusalem Post where he defends some of this collaboration. People ask me why I, as a Jew, am so critical of Israel. Most of it is empathy with the sufferings of the Palestinians. But part of it is personal fury that when Hitler could have been stopped before the war, the Zionists were undermining the efforts of other Jews and the left to destroy him. In our next show, we'll be talking about the upcoming October 17th anti-war demonstrations. I'm pleased to hear that in Boston, Zoya will be speaking, a legendary leader of Afghan women. That's our program for today. See you next week at this time. I'm Stanley Heller, and this is The Struggle.
We've got a situation and it calls for a solution that upholds our domination of the planet. We're gonna make our case and we're gonna make it well. And if you don't like our logic, you can it. We'll use impeccable intelligence from any country in the